This is a tragedy of a different kind, a tragedy of misconnection. August 15, 1977, at the Big Ear Radio Observatory, a machine was scanning the silence of the stars, listening for something, anything, beyond the gentle hum of the cosmos. For weeks, it heard nothing but the void. Then, suddenly, the silence broke. For a fleeting 72 seconds, a signal of incredible, impossible power blasted through the receiver. This wasn't cosmic noise. It wasn't a dying star or a spinning pulsar. It was a perfect, concentrated beam originating from the direction of the constellation Sagittarius. When astronomer Jerry Emin reviewed the data printout days later, his eyes landed on a bizarre string of characters. He grabbed a red pen, circled the sequence, and in the margin he wrote one word. Wow. That single word perfectly captured the shock and awe of what he was seeing. To this day, the wow signal remains the strongest, most compelling piece of evidence we have that we are not alone in the universe. And the most terrifying part, it was heard once for 72 seconds and then it vanished. It has never, ever happened again. We are left with an echo, a ghost in the machine that whispers of a vast cosmic ocean we've only just begun to explore. What did we hear that night? And why has there been nothing but silence ever since? The signal wasn't a voice. There were no words or pictures. It was a sequence of alphanumeric code printed on paper. 6EQJ5. To a layperson, it looks like gibberish, but in the language of radio astronomy, it was a thunderclap. Each character represents a specific level of signal intensity. The numbers 1 through 9 represent low to medium strength. Once the signal gets stronger than 9, you move into the alphabet. A is stronger than 9, B is stronger than A, and so on. The signal that night started at 6, then climbed all the way to a jaw-dropping intensity. Over 30 times stronger than the background noise of the universe itself. It was a spike so powerful it defied all natural explanations. And then there's the frequency. It was broadcast at precisely 1420 MHz. This isn't a random number. This is the frequency of neutral hydrogen, the single most abundant element in the entire cosmos. Decades ago, physicists Philip Morrison and Giuseppe Cocconi theorized that if an intelligent civilization wanted to send a message across the stars, this is the channel they would use. It's a universal constant, a frequency every advanced civilization would discover. They called it the watering hole, the cosmic meeting place where all species could gather to communicate. The wow signal wasn't just a loud shout. It was a shout on the exact frequency we were told to listen to. It was as if someone knew we were there, knew how we were listening, and aimed a message directly at our tiny planet. The mystery deepens when you look at how the Big Ear telescope actually worked. It didn't have one receiver, it had two. Think of them like two eyes, or feed horns, sitting side by side. As the Earth rotates, the telescope sweeps across a strip of the sky. Any continuous signal from space, like a distant nebula or a quasar, would be seen by the first feed horn, and then, about 3 minutes later, it would be seen by the second one. You should always get two readings. But with the wow signal, that didn't happen. It appeared in the first feed horn, blazed for 72 seconds, and then, nothing. The second feed horn passed over the exact same spot in the sky just minutes later and heard only silence. The source was there, and then it was gone. This one-time detection rules out almost every natural explanation. A planet, a star, a nebula. They don't just switch off. This suggests the source was either moving at an incredible speed, or it was a deliberate one-time pulse sent with a specific purpose. For years, skeptics have tried to debunk it. Could it have been a signal reflecting off a piece of space debris? Unlikely, given the signal's narrow bandwidth. What about a secret military satellite? No known satellite at the time was capable of transmitting such a powerful signal at that specific protected frequency. Some even suggested it was a hydrogen cloud surrounding a pair of comets. This theory was tested and thoroughly debunked. After decades of scrutiny, every single proposed explanation has failed. The signal perfectly matches all the criteria for an artificial, extraterrestrial transmission. It was a glitch, but not in our equipment. It was a glitch in the silence of space-time. For nearly 50 years, we have been haunted by those 72 seconds. Ever since that night in 1977, we have pointed our most powerful radio telescopes back at that exact spot in Sagittarius. We have listened with technology far more advanced than the Big Ear, hoping to catch another whisper, another hint of who or what sent that message. We have waited in total, deafening silence, and we have heard nothing, not a single trace. It's the ultimate cosmic glitch, a message in a bottle that washed ashore and then was reclaimed by an endless ocean. Think about the possibilities. Perhaps it was an interstellar lighthouse, a beacon that only flashes once every 1,000 years, and we just happened to be looking at the right time. Or maybe it was a passing ship, a traveler on a journey far beyond our comprehension, that sent a simple hello as it accelerated back into the darkness. If it was a message, we were just 72 seconds away from changing the course of human history forever, but the moment passed. Now, all we are left with is a piece of paper with red ink on it, and a question that haunts every astronomer, every dreamer who looks up at the night sky, who is on the other end of the line. And will they ever call back? The wow signal is the ghost of the universe. It is the ultimate evidence for the Fermi paradox, the contradiction between the high probability of alien life and the complete lack of evidence for it. The signal proves that the silence isn't necessarily empty, it's just waiting. Perhaps the real glitch isn't the signal itself, but our own inability to hear the rest of the conversation. Maybe we only caught a single word of a sentence that has been traveling across the galaxy for millennia. Are we looking for a needle in a haystack, or is the needle actively looking for us? The universe is under no obligation to make sense to us. The call from the void came once. The question is, will we be ready to answer if it comes again? Subscribe to the archive. Keep your eyes on the stars. You never know who's looking back. End of file.